Little maintenance here to the Fordham. Get that screw a little bit more loose. Oh, what do we got here? That's not right. It's hitting on the key down here. There we go. Alright, so how you guys doing? Haven't had a lot of time to be working on the 660 here, but I'm going to start on it here. Get a little bit of grease, not going to go crazy with it. It hasn't been used that much, but we'll put a little on here. So I'm going to do a little work to the piston, and the Meteor is quite a bit heavier than the stock piston. So I'll put this together and we'll take a look at that. Alright. Alright, catch you guys back here in a minute. Alright, so I'll show you the comparison. I've already weighed these. The Meteor's at 99.8. Okay, with the factory big thick wrist pin there. We're at 115.8. Okay, and we know the OEM is 85 grams. Okay, and with the factory tapered pin, which I'm going to use, is 98.6. So that whole setup is less than just a piston alone. Okay, another interesting thing, this one's the Meteor kit that the piston that came on my 660, and it was 96.7 grams, so big difference. They must vary quite a bit. But anyways, what's this wrist pin weigh? That's the factory, the Meteor pin, 16 grams. And the OEM Stihl is 13.4. So my goal will be to get this piston down to somewhere around the 85 grams that this one is. And if you compare these two, look at the difference in the windows. Okay, let's see if I can zoom you in here. Hold on. Okay, get some better light here. Look at the difference in those windows. Okay, so what I did is I copied the factory windows right here, and I made a little template here. Whoops, sorry about that. So when I get this somewhat close to this will give me a rough idea of what I'm trying to do. It don't fit that good right there. I don't have my screwdriver with me. But you get the idea. This will give me a little reference, something to go by. So I'm going to start from here. All right, let's give this a shot and start cleaning some of this up. I drew a little bit of a line there. That's kind of what I'm looking for, and then we'll check it with the pattern after. We'll rough it out. Alright, so just to start, okay, I'll work on this and I'll see if I can get one up to about the spec that I'm looking to get to, and I'll be back. Alright, so I got one window roughed out. You can see they're a little irregular. This is the other side that I didn't do. So if I can get you in here, you can see how, you know, that's not even close to fitting in there. It's kind of hard to tell without measuring it. But this one here is roughed in. I still got more work to do. I took off, if you see that taper on the top, I don't know if you can see that, how that tapers down. The factory one is more or less goes along with the rings. So that's what I did on this side. I opened that up. I got back inside here to take that lip out of there. But this is what we have now. And nothing's perfect, but there you go. So it's close enough. If I would have trimmed the little bit of casting or whatever you call it off the factory one, it'd be something similar to this. So this one's pretty much done, except for dressing it up a little bit. I'll go do the rest of them, and I'll get back with you and show you what we got. All right, so I'm back. I got my windows all opened up. I don't know how good the lighting is here. You can see where I've gotten into the edge here, you know, smooth that out. Okay, I've also taken down this thickness right along here. Okay, that used to be dished down. It's not perfect. Neither are all the windows. Are they 100% perfect? No. Do I care? No. I just do the best I can, try and keep them somewhat symmetrical from what I can do. I'll go through and clean them up later. I use this type of tool to get into tight corners, okay, to make them, the radius real shallow or sharp, whatever you would say. Okay, and then on the inside here, if you can see, I'll run this through the window and I'll blend this down right here just so there's no sharp edge. I don't take a lot off there, but I'm curious to see what this is going to weigh at the moment. Just with a little bit of work we've done, I still got a lot more to do, but it was at 99.8 grams, and just with that little bit of work, without taking out all these ridges here and smoothing some of this out in here. Okay, let's see what we got. Yeah, with 97.7, so we've lost over 2 grams. I don't believe we will get down to the 85 grams, but on our way. Just do the best that I can. All right, I'll catch up with you in a little while. All right, I don't generally use this long one and this tool right here. I generally like the smaller stuff right here, but I'm going to try this. So we'll try and remove, you know, just a lot of these casting marks. Nothing really up at the top up here, but try and smooth this out, even and take out the Italy thing there. You don't really have to, but I'm going to try and save as much weight as I can without being real drastic. Let's try this out. Doing a decent job. It's takes a little getting used to. I want to just take that little casting mark out of there. I don't want to dig a big hole there. I kind of want to keep it even, but I guess if you get used to it, works pretty good. fancy. We're not taking a lot off, but we're still taking some off. Just going to smooth that out and reduce a little bit of weight. Like I say, the goal is just to smooth these edges out right here. I don't want to dish out and take material away from the piston skirt. I mean, even though we are technically taking some material out, just a nice smooth transition between this. Okay, so most of this is all smoothed out for the most part down in here. Okay, the little casting marks are taken out on both sides. I didn't do a lot. I blended just a tiny bit on the top here. I'm not going to touch really any of that. Again, this will still need to be finished off with some sandpaper and stuff like that. But now we'll do these top little casting marks right here. I don't mind taking that nub off. It's not a big deal to me. I don't know the exact reason that it's there, other than it always seems to be on the PTO side of a Stihl, whatever, but that comes off there too. So we'll start doing a little bit of grinding here. Get this where you guys can see it. Nothing crazy. We'll come back later on and maybe just dress up these edges a little bit right here. Nice light strokes. Let the cutter do the work. All right, and then I'll continue to just bevel, you know, these little edges. I can do it with some sandpaper and stuff like that. So I'll dress up the edges of these, of the lower part of the piston here, and then I'll get back to you when I'm all done with this. All right, I wasn't going to get into this, but again, we're trying to lose weight on the Meteor piston and make it like an OEM. Look at the thickness of the original OEM webbing down the bottom right here, and look how thick the Meteor is. So we can remove some material, I would say pretty much safely. So this is the first time I've done this, but again, I've only used Meteor a couple of times. So what I'm doing here, give me a second, if you can see me here. So I'm going to remove some from right here. I'm not going to go crazy. Okay. I move a little bit. Try and go along the bottom edge here. And again, you could probably just leave that. And then I'll probably take a little bit more off the inside. Right here. So anyways, I thought that was a pretty important part to to show that I'm doing all this. So, you know, again, I'll try and keep everything as symmetrical as I can, and we'll lose a little bit of weight. I'll probably get in here with the ball, this ball type. Where are you on the camera here? You know, I may go along the bottom with the ball to take some of that off, but anyways, I just thought I'd show you that. All right, still not done yet. I got some 320 that I'm hitting this with in here, but what I wanted to show you is the edges here where I flatten this out. So I just got a popsicle stick right here. It's some 320. Hopefully you can see this. That'll keep that flat. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm just going to do the best I can to keep this all uniform. Okay, and that's flattening that out. Okay, show you the best I can. Okay, we're almost done. All right, so we got everything cleaned up here and radiused, smoothed out inside here. I thinned these down a little bit. Okay, probably as much as I'm gonna do. Obviously nice and flattened right here. So let's see what we got for weight. This is the main goal, to clean this thing up, open up the windows, and save some weight. So what do we have right here? So we went from 99.8 and we are at 94.5. So pretty good weight savings. Could I do a little bit more once I clean this up a little bit? But I'm pretty much done cleaning it up. I'm happy with that. We'll never meet the original Colben Schmidt 85 grams, but I'm good with that. So hang in there. Thanks for watching, and I'll continue with the progress on this saw. So have a good night.